everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. It's DiGiacomo. I was on the phone the other day with my friend Connie up in Warwick, New York, and inevitably the conversation always turns to food because she's a great cook. So she said, "What are you having for dinner tonight?" And I thought, well, I don't know, but I have some ground turkey in the fridge and I wanted to do something a little bit different. So here's her great recommendation for turkey ragu that I wanted to share with you today. Let's get started. So our recipe begins with 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 2 tablespoons of butter, a pound of ground turkey, dark meat preferred. We have a medium red onion, a large carrot, 2 stalks of celery, small bulb of fennel, and a teaspoon of fennel seeds as well. We have a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes, cup of white wine, and about a pound of pasta. This is going to be good for about 4 servings. We finish with some lemon zest and sage and mint leaves, salt and pepper to taste, of course, and Parmesan cheese. Let's start by cutting up our sofrito, which is the base for a lot of Italian dishes. The French term is mirepoix. We have the onion, carrot, celery, small bulb of fennel, and a few garlic cloves. Can't cook without a few garlic cloves. So. So let's cook our sofrito now, which is going to be the base of our ragu. We have all of our vegetables cut, and we're going to go into the pot. So we have a medium to high flame in with our olive oil, our butter, our onion. The red onion is going to add a bit of sweetness to the dish, as well as the carrots. And we're looking for a golden color on all of our vegetables. So this is going to take at least 10 minutes. Put our carrots in next. These take a little bit longer to cook, so put them in at the beginning with the onion. Next is our fennel. We're giving this a few minutes in between each addition, just to get a good golden color. Celery, so we're building all of our flavors for the ragu at this point. I put the garlic in last because I don't want it to get too brown. But you can see how all the vegetables are breaking down, and you see that nice gilded color that we're looking for. Give it another few minutes. So this is what we're looking for, a nice golden color. Everything is smelling really good. You can hear the sizzling coming from the vegetables. So this is the first step. So let's go in with our ground turkey into the pot. I'm using a dark meat ground turkey. You can do this in a separate pot, but I don't feel like washing another pot, frankly. So I'm going to go right into the same pot with it. And it's going to take some time to get that brown color. Don't rush this step either. It's going to take at least 15 minutes to keep going. I find that if I have the turkey at room temperature, it seems to brown a little bit faster. So this will take some time. So that's what we're looking for, a nice brown color. You can see the steam coming off it, which means the liquid is cooking out of the meat. It's looking good. This step takes a little time at the beginning, but it's worth it in the end because you're building all those great flavors. So you can see on the bottom of the pan some brown bits are starting to collect, and we want to deglaze that with our white wine to get those up. You can scrape the bottom of the pot, and we want to cook down the white wine till it's almost evaporated. Let's add in our fennel seeds at this point. A little bit of salt, some black pepper, that's all the flavor. All right, most of our wine is evaporated, so we're going to go in with our diced tomatoes. Give it a good stir. So we're going to bring this to a boil and then down to a simmer. And just let it simmer away on the stove, which would take probably at least an hour and a half to 2 hours. So it's a hearty dish. It takes some time. You could possibly do this in a slow cooker. I haven't tried that, but I'd like to try it. So we're going to give it a cover. So we're going to check our ragu now. It's been cooking for about at least an hour, close to an hour and a half. It's one of those things that you just let it sit on the stove and cook away, like, you know, earlier in the day, but it'll be ready for when you're ready for dinner. As you can see, a lot of the liquid is gone. I want to just stretch it a little bit. This is just the liquid that I cleaned the can out with, tomato can. Just a little bit of liquid. I'm going to add in our fresh herbs. We have a few leaves of mint and a few leaves of sage. And I love this part. It's the lemon zest that goes in the last part of the cooking. It just adds, these two items just add a nice bit of freshness to it. That's what makes this ragu different than your typical bolognese that's done with beef. So yeah, zest of one lemon gives it that nice boost of flavor. Just give that a quick stir. We have our water boiling for our pasta. By that time, we'll put it all together. So our pasta is cooked now. We used a pasta with somewhat of a hole in it, so it captures all that wonderful ragu. So we're going to plate it for you now. We're going to show you one portion. So I took out most of our sauce from the pot because I want to just show you how to plate one portion. The rest, you can save it, you can freeze it. It freezes very well, so this is a really good dish for batch cooking. And we have our pasta that we're going to put in. Don't worry if some water goes in. It's actually great to stretch the sauce. This is kind of like a Campanelle pasta. Let's have our heat up. Maybe this is a generous portion, but who doesn't love pasta? Look at all those beautiful colors. We just want to tighten up the sauce a little bit. So now we're ready to plate. You can see the sauce is nice and incorporated, and the pasta has picked up all those flavors of the ragu. There we have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe today. It's a lighter version of a bolognese using turkey, ground turkey. And it's got that real nice freshness with the lemon zest and the fresh herbs at the end. Just at the very end though. Gotta top it with some Parmesan cheese. And I'm drinking it with the wine that we cooked with. This happens to be a Vermentino. It's one of my favorites. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.